What's up guys, it's your coach Marwan from Marwan Killer Fitness. On today's video we're going to be talking about the side effects of the ketogenic diet. So for those of you who don't know what the ketogenic diet is, it basically involves around switching your macronutrients so that 85% of the macros come from fat, 15% or rather 10% protein, 5% carbs. But here's the thing, you cannot have any starchy carbs at all. Alright, so no fruits, no rice, no pasta, no oatmeal, no bread, none of that stuff. Okay, even some vegetables are not allowed, or they are in the yellow zone, so that they are restricted. Alright, so there are quite a few side effects, so I'm going to go through them as quickly as I can, so that we don't spend too long on this video. Alright, so the first one, you're going to get depleted glycogen. This is perfect if your goal is to lose weight, okay? If your goal is to lose fat, it's not ideal. You're going to lose a lot of weight and you lose weight really quickly, simply because glycogen is stored energy in their body. And if you cut out the glycogen, you're cutting out water in the muscles, okay? Glycogen is stored in the muscles and in the liver. So for every gram of carbohydrates, roughly 3 grams of water. So you cut that, you are going to lose a lot of weight. But weight might be on the wrong side of the scale, okay? So you might lose a bit of muscle and a lot of water, not necessarily fat. And then when you go back to eating normally again, you might actually put on all that weight plus more back. All right, so another one, you're going to get heart palpitations. Palpitations. Is it with an I? Yeah, with an I. All right. Okay, your heart rate is going to be going up a bit higher, okay, especially at the beginning, and that's because you got a lack of water in the body. So like I said, you're reducing the amount of salt that's going into the amount of salt going in, and reducing the amount of carb. You've got no carbohydrates, and carbohydrates are water, so therefore your heart rate is going to be going up, because of the reduction of the amount of fluids in the blood. Alright, so number 3 is dizziness and drowsiness. Alright, so you're going to feel dizzy, you're going to feel drowsy. That's because the body is eliminating stuff like sodium, potassium, minerals like sodium, potassium and magnesium. Okay, so this can make you feel dizzy and lightheaded. Next one, you're going to go to the bathroom a lot. Urination. Okay, so you're going to go to the bathroom a lot. That's because the body, as your body is like burning through the kind of the glycogen. As you got less and less glycogen in your body, it's going to eliminate all the excess sodium. So sodium is kind of salt that you start to get eliminated from the body. And that's why you're going to go to the bathroom a lot. Next one is low blood. You're going to get hyperglycemia. Okay, so there's the difference between hypo and hyper. Hyper is you get high blood sugar, low is hypo. Even for the people who are diabetic, they get a condition called ketoacidosis, which can be very, very fatal. Okay, so if you're a diabetic, a type 1 especially, I don't recommend that you follow this kind of diet. Again, this is not medical advice. This is just something that I read on the research, so it's best to check with your doctor before you follow any kind of diet, okay, especially health-wise. I'm not a qualified doctor, so therefore I'm not giving any kind of medical advice. Yeah, so you're going to get low blood sugar simply because of the low amounts of carbohydrates. If you're someone who's used to eating a lot of carbohydrates, okay, a certain amount of carbohydrates, you are going to feel very, very tired, you're going to feel very lethargic, and you're going to have low blood sugar and low energy, simply because you're not used to having you've gone from having like a certain amount of carbohydrates to having none at all. Okay, so it takes a lot of getting used to. I'll give you an example. My younger brother who doesn't work out eats a lot of carbohydrates, and if he doesn't eat, he eats a lot more carbohydrates than I do anyway. So if he doesn't have any carbohydrates on that day, a certain amount of carbohydrates, he gets very, very tired, he gets very low energy, and his blood sugar goes really low to such an extent that he starts to get headaches, and he cannot go on without having like a carbohydrates meal. Whereas for me personally, I'm used to having low carbs, high carbs, because I do a lot of carb cycling and stuff like that. So for me, it's not so much of an issue. All right, so because of the lack of fiber that you're going to get in your diet, you're going to get constipation. Okay, there's nothing to moist your kind of the stools, so to speak, because of the fiber. Okay, and you can't have any starches, so the kind of your stool is going to be a lot bulkier. And this is a kind of issue if you don't have a lot of fiber in your diet. And I mentioned before in a previous video about certain diseases that you can get, anything from cancers to heart disease to weight gain. Okay, you can get like colon problems simply because your lack of fiber in your diet. So because of the lack of carbohydrates and especially fruits as well, you're going to find it hard to get sources of fiber. You're going to have to rely on supplements, and possibly also you're going to eat a lot of chia seeds. Okay, that's a hell of a lot of chia seeds to be able to go through and without actually eating anything. Like normally you eat chia seeds with your cereals, so you're gonna have a hard time getting your actual required amount of fiber, which is anything from 25 to about 40 grams of fiber a day. All right, so one final point, very, very important, is cortisol. You're gonna have elevated cortisol levels, okay, because carbohydrates reduce the amount of cortisol that you have. Okay, so somebody who's really stressed, they have carbohydrates. It cuts down on reduces their cortisol levels. All right, so because you're lacking in glycogen, you're going to be low in glycogen. Your cortisol levels are going to be very high, which means that you're going to have a hard time losing body fat. You're going to have a hard time maintaining muscle, let alone put on muscle. You're going to get very, very irritated at the slightest amount of noise. All right, guys, before I let you go, I want to teach you how to increase your testosterone levels naturally. After watching this, if you go to the description box and click on where it says download your free report, there's a link right next to it. Click on that, you enter your name, email address, and I'll send you your free guide. Okay, it's completely free as a thank you for watching this video. You all know about the benefits of testosterone and how to, what it does to your kind of, what it does. So there's no need for me to go on about it today. And as ever, if you found this video helpful, leave me a thumbs up and let me know what video you want me to do next by leaving me a comment as well. And we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.